Good evening, class. This is Raylan Ortiz. So, the presentation that I chose is by motivational public speaker Eric Thomas. It's called Time to Get It Done. So, Eric Thomas is actually a pastor, for those of you who don't know, and he's very encouraging. He goes all over the world. He travels to schools, he travels to all different places all over the world just to inspire and encourage others. He talks about times when he was homeless. He talks about how he made it from barely a GED all the way to a doctorate degree. And so Mr. Eric Thomas has got me through my first associate's degree, and he's currently getting me through this. So anytime I feel, low, or feel like, what, school's driving me nuts, I don't know if I can do this anymore, I don't feel smart enough anymore, I always watch his videos, and it puts me back on track and gets me to where I need to be. So when it comes to the rubric for Mr. Eric Thomas, one thing I noticed, according to one, it says evaluate a recorded presentation, which I did. Before searching for your videos, assess carefully. Okay. All right. So as far as that goes, let's see. His organization is good. It's a little scattered. I noticed he has, different topics. He'll start talking about, himself and school, and then he'll start talking about others, how they need to be motivated too, and how just because, you're nice to someone doesn't mean you're going to get the same back, like the same reciprocation back, which is true, absolutely. You can be kind to someone, and then honestly, they're just laughing in your face behind your back, is the message I'm getting from it. So, and then he goes from that to back to his being homeless, and back to his GED, to his doctorate degree. So he's very back and forth on it. So it is a little unorganized. And I noticed he's done, now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm looking at the rubric, he does that in several of his videos. He's constantly going back and forth, back and forth. And then at the end, it's always back to the first thing that he was originally talking about. So in that aspect, he's very back and forth on his thoughts, and it's not very organized. However, he is very sure of himself in all of his speeches. His voice doesn't tremble. He doesn't stutter. He speaks very clearly, which is good. And he has a wide audience of at least, 100, 300 plus people all the time. Everyone loves listening to what he's saying. So, language choices. Let's see. His language is very clear. His message, he definitely got across. But like I said, it's very scattered. The delivery is good. Like, I understand it. He does make eye contact with everybody. He talks with individuals. He's constantly, looking from this side of the room, the middle side of the room, to this side of the room. His audience, like I said again, it's huge. His audiences are always huge. Let's see. So when it comes to supporting his materials, he's just going back from memories of his childhood to adulthood. And then he also does talk about statistics. Just how, it doesn't matter, pretty much what your neighbor's doing. Just because they say they can't do, college, or they can't, stay up all night doing, work and school, doesn't mean you can't. So he does support all of his material. He does have quotes. He constantly uses quotes from other people as well, and he does properly reference them. So it is about an 8 to 10 minute video. So I feel like his delivery was great. He definitely does. His posture is great as well. Let's see what else about this guy. He's very expressive. He uses his hands a lot. He's very animated. He really brings everybody in. Like, everybody is always interested in what he has to say. He's very good at keeping his audience entertained, and just, he's not boring at all, if that means anything. So let's see. His presentation, it's presented wonderful. It's very scattered, is the only thing I could really say is, like I said, he starts bits here, then bits here, and then back to the same part, back and forth, back and forth. And it's kind of like, I feel that he should just say, the first part of it, I was homeless, I had a GED, and because of that, this type of lifestyle encouraged me to keep going to school no matter how hard things got. He did talk about eating in a trash can. He talked about all of the trials and tribulations in his life, but he overcame all of them, is what this is about. And he's encouraging everybody and inspiring everybody to know that I overcame this. This was my truth. No matter what your truth is, you can overcome whatever obstacle you're currently going through. He's absolutely amazing. If you haven't heard of him before, I highly suggest him. If you're ever feeling blue or feeling like, I don't know if I could do this anymore, especially all those who are getting ready to go to nursing school in a few months, definitely listen to Eric Thomas. So this is it. So thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful rest of your day.